Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on The 30th by Billie Eilish. New song's just come out, someone just requested it about an hour ago, so I've written the whole song out. I'm going to teach you all the finger picking all the way through the whole song. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, and if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Don't forget to give me a comment as well. Let me know what songs I should do next. My guitar is in standard tuning. Okay, the intro sounds like this. So to play that, E3, I'm using my second finger up here, E3, then the G string, E3, then B3, which I'm using my third finger, then open G, then E3 again, and then a B3. So the first two beats you've got. And then it goes to E2, then open G, E2, and then B3, B1, then B. So beats 3 and 4 of bar 1 go. So the first bar slowly. And up speed. And then on into bar 2, it's based around an A minor chord. We're going to play the A string, then G2, then an A string, then B1 with your first finger, then another G2, then an A string, then B1, pull off to the open B, and then play the open G string, so take your fingers off. So far up to there, you got. Then E3, B, G, E3, and then B. So bar 3 slowly goes. And then bar 4, based around D, you're going to play the D string, then G2, D, B3, so you've got then the G2, the D, the B3, then it repeats that phrase, so G2, D, B3, B1, and then B to finish. So bar 4 slowly. So the whole line slowly, you've got. And up speed. Beautiful little bit of playing. Okay, on to the next line. Now this is the verse, and it's almost the same as the previous line. The only exception being in the first bar, it changes slightly. So we play the E3, then the G, the E3, then open B this time, then G, and then E3. So you got. And then it does the same idea but holding fret 2. So E2, then G, E2, B, G, E2, and then open B. So bar 5, first bar of the verse goes. and then the rest of the line is the same as the previous line. So the whole line goes. On to the second line of the verse, and it's the same all the way through the first 3 bars. The 4th bar is just slightly different. The bar 12 goes. So slightly different. Play the D string, the G2, the D, the B3, the G2, the open D, then open B, then D, G2, D, B1, G, D2, D, and then open B string. So slowly bar 12 goes. And up speed. So the whole line of that second verse goes. And then there's just 2 bars which I've written as the bridge. A similar kind of idea. So for that we've got the open E. I've just put 2 bars on that line. It's the same tempo. It's just spaced out further because there's only 2 bars on the line. Okay, so you play the open E string, then the open G, the open E, then the open B string. So you got then G, E, and then B. So you got from the beginning of that line you got, and then open D with G2 and then D, B3, G2, D, and B3. So the first bar of that bridge, bar 13, goes. Then bar 14, based on a C chord, you can play the A3, then G, A3, B1, G, D2, then little finger on E3. So bar 14 goes. So that bridge, it's kind of just the end of the verse, but I've written it as the bridge goes. Which takes us to the chorus. Similar kind of idea as the verse, but slightly different. So the first line of the chorus goes. So to play that, E3, then the D string, E3, then the G string, then the D string, E3, and then the open G string. So the first 2 beats of that bar go. Then it goes to E minor and you play the open E, D2, open E, open G, D2, E, and then the open G string to finish that bar. So bar 15 slowly goes. And up speed. Then bar 16, based around C chord, we've got A3, D2, A3, and then the open G, the D2, A3, then G, D2, A3, and G, D2, A3 and G. So bar 16 slowly. So bars 15 and 16. And then bars 17 and 18 are the same as 15 and 16, so the whole line. And then we go on to the next line of the chorus, which sounds like this. So to play that, open E, D2, open E and G, D2, open E, then open D string, so you got then E3, D, E3, G, D, E3 and G. So bar 19 you've got and then into bar 20, A3, D2, A3, G, D2, A3, and then the G string. So then move your finger to A2, so you've got A2, D2, and then it's the same right hand, so A2, D2, A2, G, D2, A2, and then G. So bar 20 you've got then bar 21, based around an A minor chord, you play the A, the D2, the A, G2, D2, A, then B1, D2, A and G2. And then bar 22, based around C minor, you play up first finger, well actually if we just get the chord, bar your first finger from the A string at the 3rd fret, second finger on B4, third finger on D5, little finger on G5. So that's C minor. And you're going to play up the A3, the D5, the G5, the B4, and then D5, G5, then E3. So yes. Okay, and so that's the second line of the chorus. It then goes back and plays from the verse, plays both lines of the verse and the bridge, and then the chorus, the first line of the chorus, then this line of the chorus. And then it goes to a middle 8. Now the first 2 bars of the middle 8 go like this. So for that we play E3, D, E3, D. Make sure you're using your third finger on the E3. Then second finger A2, E3, D, and then hammer on your first finger onto D1. So you got. Then after the hammer on, you play the A2, E3, D1, the A2, the E3, and then the D1 again. So you got the first bar. Then as you go into bar 24, just slide up to fret 2 with your first finger. Then play the A2, E3, then D2, A2, E3, then D2, and slide back down to D1. Then play A2, E3, D1, A2, E3, and D1. So the first 2 bars, bars 23 and 24 of the middle 8 slowly go. they repeat 3 times, and then it carries on and plays bars 25 and 26, which are the same as 23 and 24 up to, so bar 26 starts the same, but then just plays a C chord. So hopefully that makes sense. So bar 26. And so that's the middle 8, hopefully that makes sense. So you play first 2 bars 3 times, and then you carry on and play 25 and 26, which 25 and 26 go. And then the outro goes. So this tempo's slowed down at this point. So for that we've got first chord, which is like a G chord, is E3 with A2 and just play down to the B string. Then E minor, which is just A2 and D2, again played from the E string down to the D string, down to the B string, sorry. And then a C chord, which is just B1 with the open G, then D2 and A3, play the middle 4 strings. And those first 2 bars repeat, so bars 27 and 28 go. Repeat. And then more finger picking from bar 29. It's the same as what we did in, I think it's the chorus part. Yep, it's like the sort of second line of the chorus. So you play. So open E, D2, E, G, D2, E, and then open D string, E3, D, E3, G, D, E3, and G string, so bar 29. Same as what we've done in the second line of the chorus. Then bar 30, A3, D2, A3, and then G, and the D2, A3, and G, then A2, D2, A2, G, D2, A2, and G. So bar 30. And then the last line, we've finally got there. Plays up an arpeggio up an A minor chord, so it plays A, D2, G2, B1, and open E. Then plays up a C minor chord, which is A3, D5, G5, B4, then E3. Then just plays a G chord. Put your finger on E3, touch the A string so it doesn't ring, and play down to the B string. So that last line goes. That's the end of the song. Well, I do hope you liked that little guitar lesson. Actually, not a little lesson, it's quite a long lesson. There's quite a lot to get through. Hopefully it has made sense. Hopefully I haven't gone too fast for you as well. If you have enjoyed it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it really does help me out, as does giving me a like on the video. And I'd love to hear from you. I'm just making these videos from my home, so I'd love to hear where you're from, what you thought of the video, and what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off of this, then I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.